So I'm going to talk about basically the different things the different ways you can access traveler information. I'm focusing on things that are available to the public or off the DOT network. I'm not going to talk about all the CARS information, the things that the Operations Center does. It's all stuff that everybody can have access to. So as many of you know, we have several different versions of the website to try and reach every demographic and types of internet connections. The landing page was recently redesigned by our web team, which I think it looks fantastic. They did a great job. It closely ties to the new website design for the iowodot.gov website. We have our full featured site. It's got all the bells and whistles. You can sign up for the personalized alerts, which I'll go through. High bandwidth. Really, I mean, like you can get, if you have a good signal, you can get it on your iPhone, you can get it on, your smartphones, your tablets. It works for pretty much anything now. The Streamline Site's for slower connections, when you maybe have a 1x connection if you're looking on a mobile device. A recent addition last fall was our trucker site, which is focused for truckers, obviously. That's where we're going to have all of the restriction-only events. So if you have a height, a weight limit, length limit, etc. If it's just a restriction event, those will only appear on the trucker site. To get those off of the general site, because traveling public probably doesn't care about that. So, and then our full featured site is going to be redesigned. It's in staging for me to start doing testing on it right now, and so depending on how that goes, I'm thinking a couple months or so. So I'm going to say early fall with a little padding on that. So anyway, this is an example of the full featured site. It's probably our most popular one. So up in the upper left corner where it says show list views, the default, if you haven't ever been to the website, is that you'll be in the list view, which a lot of people don't like, and it takes up more screen real estate if you just want to look at the map. It also puts the legend on the left or the right side. I don't know, I prefer the non-list view. It's a little bit easier to navigate and you have more map space. So, but you can look at our cameras, the streaming video. All of our DMS are out there with all the messages on them. Yeah. This is the Streamline site. It's a little more, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. You can't turn different layers off and on. So just road reports, just traffic speeds, just restrictions, just cameras, etc. It's not a zoom and pan map, so it's static map. Yeah, it loads quick because it's built for low bandwidth. This is a trucker site. What it does, so like I mentioned, it only shows the restriction-only events, but it also, if there is a construction event that has a restriction in it, then it'll also have, so like this example I have, so it says it's I-80 eastbound roadway reduced to 1 lane due to bridge construction work, but there's a width limit in effect. So that event, because it's showing construction and it's a traffic impact, will also show up on the general website, but it'll actually have a lane reduction icon like that one. So, we also have on the trucker site, we also have way station locations and whether or not they're a pre-pass site. And then we also have coming up here pretty soon, I think in a couple weeks, we're supposed to have the rest area locations with the truck parking cameras that we have at all the rest areas, like on 35 right now. Okay, so another thing during events, it would include ETO, but basically big impacts, is the scrolling banner. These are going to show the priority 1 events. So those are the events that are going to be the highest impact to traffic. So if you click on, you can click on any of the highways up there in the scrolling banner, and it'll pop up a window that'll say what the actual event is. So if you just want to see those, you can, or you can look at the map and see that too. So my reports and alerts, I understand, and a lot of people have had issues with trying to sign up for these. It is a little confusing, and I've tried, if anybody has suggestions on ways to streamline or make it more friendly to sign up, please let me know, because I've tried doing some things and I don't know, brainstorming, but it's not the easiest, I understand that. So, but the My Reports, you can sign up to save routes, and it's all directional. So if you want to do like work to home and home to work, you can do those different directions. And if you just want to view the events along those routes, you can. But if you want to sign up to get alerts via text or email, you can do that too. You also can get driving directions and estimated travel times, which it's using Google Maps, so it's based on that. So the way you can sign up is it's only on the full featured site, and it's in the upper right corner where it says your 511, and just click sign in, and you can create an account from there. So I tried to do a screenshot thing of an easy way to try and to show you how to sign up or to create a route. So once you've gone up and you've done the sign in, you've created your account, and you want to start saving a route. So the easiest way, I think, is you can just right click on the map. Just like Google Maps. A lot of the stuff is similar to Google Maps. So you right click on the route or on a roadway or a place or whatever, and just do start route here, then end route, and then it'll list these are the events that are on that route that you've just created. Then if you want, you can save the route, name it whatever you want. The alternative to right-clicking on the map is you can actually type in an address, a to and from, or a city, or it's just like Google Maps. If anybody's done get directions in Google Maps, you can do that. Once you save it, then it shows up on step 4 as under your routes. So at the top you see I've signed in, and it says Sinclair's routes and areas. And just a reminder that those are directional. So if you are on there, all you do is click on the one you want, and then you can view the events along your route. They're going to show you only the ones that are in that direction. So for example, this is work to home. You can see I'm showing here work is A in Ames, and home is in Des Moines. So that would be going southbound. So if there was a northbound event, it's not going to show up in there. It's only going to show the ones that are actually on the direction I'm going. Then if you want to get alerts, all you do is on that same page, you want to make sure that when you go to sign up, there's a tab at the top when you create your account that'll say My Info. That's just putting in what you want to do for your login and your email and stuff. And then the My Alerts at the top, make sure that you have it set up. If you want to get text alerts, then you have to fill out this part of it. You also can get there from where it lists all of your saved routes. You can get there by clicking Change My Password or Account Settings, and then you'll get this same pop-up window. Once you do that, you'll get, when you create your account, and then also if you add text messaging, it will send you a verification for text, and it'll send you a verification for email. You have to verify those accounts before you'll start getting any sort of alerts. It's just important. So if it ends up in your spam, be sure to check that. Here's a description down here, and I'll have John send out the presentation so you can read those a little closer. But those are the send me reports that are critical, urgent, routine, or all. And here are the examples. And basically, critical reports are priority 1 events only. So those are the ones that are going to show up in that scrolling banner. Urgent reports are, ones that are going to have a little more impact, but also include the critical reports, and you can read the rest of them later. So if you want to turn on report or the alerts for a certain route, then you go back to your list of your routes and areas, and you click on the gray bell. If you hover over it, it says click a gray bell to schedule or restart your alerts. So you click on that, it brings up this window on step 2, and you can select that if you want to just get them during the weekdays. So let's say it's for commuting. You want to know the traffic reports Monday through Friday between 7 and 7:30 or something like that a.m. If you're going to do commute in the morning, and then if you want to get them via text or email or both, you can do. So if you want them all day, which is what I have all mine set up for, they don't have like a 24-hour, so you have to do 12 a.m. to 11:55 p.m. and then just save it. And then the difference you'll know you have reports or you have alerts turned on is that it'll be a orangish yellow bell versus a gray bell. So you can set those up for each individual saved route that you have. So this can be used for personal, but it also could be used in a for if you're watching like I-29 right now. If you could create a route from Sioux City down to Council Bluffs, and then Council Bluffs to Sioux City, and then you could easily get alerted for closures like we're watching for flooding right now via text message or email. So that would be something as far as in a situation like what we're dealing with right now for flooding. The other option is social media. We post, I monitor all of the 511 social media accounts, which we have for Twitter, we have 5 regional, 6 metro, and 1 statewide. And then Facebook, we have 5 regional and 1 statewide. Right now, we have over 15,000 followers between all of those accounts. So a lot of people are watching us and following us for information. We retweet a lot of stuff like we're dealing right now. We've been retweeting stuff from South Dakota and Nebraska, or correcting Nebraska, and passing that information along. Our things are being retweeted by Homeland Security, FEMA. We have a lot of high-profile people following us and engaging with us. Also, so the operators down in the operations center, they create, through CARS, they create all the events that go to 511. Those are automatically posted to Twitter, and then those are automatically posted to Facebook. So once the event has been cleared or it's been deleted, that event actually disappears off of Twitter. So essentially you could go to one of the Twitter page or Twitter accounts and see just the active events that are going on for that area of the Twitter account. Each of the Twitter posts or the tweets and Facebook posts include a bit.ly link, which is a shortened URL that will take you directly to the 511 event. And if you're on a mobile phone, it'll take you to a mobile-friendly version, and if you're on a desktop, it'll take you to the streamlined version. If you want to get the posts, for example, if you are just interested in Sioux City right now, which is it actually does by county. It just happens to be the metro, we're saying that, but and you don't have a Twitter account, you don't want to sign up for my reports, and you want to see all the tweets that we post for that area, you can do it by texting. If you just want to get it via text message, you text follow statewide IA511 to the phone number. It's not really a phone number, but it's 40404, and you'll start getting the text updates, text versions of the tweets for all the tweets that we do. And you can't specify times of day or any of that kind of thing, so you'll get them all the time. And below are examples of what our tweets look like on the statewide account. And we have all of our, I think I have it on the next one, but we have all of our social media pages for 511 on the Iowa DOT website. So you can, if you want to follow a different site, if you want just regional or the metro areas, you can do that too. So we have a newly revamped mobile app. A lot of improvements. We switched vendors for this one. We also added a trucker version. So the restrictions and weigh station locations are now on the trucker version and not on the regular Iowa 511. So we have them for iOS and Android. Just search the app stores for Iowa 511 and you'll find both of them. One of the big improvements, I think, with the winter road condition reporting, so we won't be seeing those right now, but in a few months, is that it'll show all of the roads that we have on 511. Last year, there were several roads that weren't on there because of location information. And anyway, the other thing is that now you could click on the road condition and it'll give you all the information that's on the website for that road condition. So if there's blowing or drifting snow or something like that, you didn't see that last year, you'll be able to see that now. All the DMS messages, including travel times that we're doing in Des Moines now on 235, you can see those on there. Rest areas, truck restrictions that are only on the trucker app, and the weigh station locations. Here's some screenshots from the new one. Another big thing on here is that you can zoom to a place on the right. It's just like Google Maps. You can just type in an address, you can type in a city, whatever, and it'll zoom the map to that place, or you can click on a certain roadway that you want. Also, the camera images are a lot bigger, especially if you turn your device to landscape. You'll be able to see a pretty big image for that. So here are, can you tell where we're having the events right now for the flooding? But this is just an example. So all of the priority 1 events have this, we call them Shazam. It's kind of like the Batman thing around them to call attention. So if you click on one, it's going to give you all of the same information in the formatting and everything looks the same that's on the 511 website. So, and then if you see that blue arrow on the right, it'll actually, you can go through the events that are in that same map view that you're looking at. And then you can click done. If you want to look at the cameras, you can go in. Will it work if you turn? Yeah, there. That's a great view. But you can scroll through them with the arrows. All of the events, the signs, the camera images, you can all now, I think they call them album view is what we're calling them. But you can scroll through using the arrows. The river looks a little full there, but anyway. So that's a big feature. Also, the legend down at the bottom is dynamic. So if you turn on incidents, then you're going to see the incidents along the bottom. The incidents, whoops. The incidents legend. If you turn on signs down at the bottom, then you're just going to see the legend for that. So here's an example of the sign. That's exciting. We can always count on, oh, I guess we've got some down here. Am I making anybody sick? Sorry. So here's a 2-phase one side mount. You can tell at the top, so it's SM is side mount, OH is overhead, so those are the bigger signs. And then again, you can scroll through them. Apparently we're telling people about I-29 closed. So, and you can tell the lit up ones are orange and the blank signs are the gray. Okay, any questions?